What's up, guys? In this video today we're going to have a case study about one of my students, which is Frederick. He was able to progress from bed form straddle planche to his first ever full planche hold and a full planche press. Now, if you still haven't watched the full video on Instagram, you can go check it. The link is in the description, which I just showed the regular explanation. But right now we're gonna dive into the plan. We have here the first month plan about the planche, and we also have the second month right here. I just gonna help you understand how we actually structured it, with his weakest link being scapular protraction, and then we will go over on everything related to the plan. So first of all, you need to understand that because of the fact that his weakest link was protraction, we still were able to progress just by working with easier variations than the straddle, like the super advanced tuck or the planche lean, to improve his protraction. Because when you're having a weakest link like the protraction, for example, there is a certain progression that you can do perfect protraction, but the next variation is still easy on your shoulders, but the protraction feels harder. You feel like your shoulders are sinking into retraction and you're getting low. It means that you have to go back at a variation and work on your protraction there, or train the regular progression that you are currently using with the bends, okay, that you can actually see right here in my room. So again, reducing a variation or working with a bend, it's the exact same way to reduce the intensity on the serratus anterior, which is the muscle that requires to do the protraction. You probably all know about it, about this movement in the planche that you have to do to actually get a better planche, get a stronger planche, and move on to the full planche. So this is exactly what we've done in the plan. So as you can see, we've trained planche only twice a week, with some GTG sets that are not on the plan at all. It's just by feeling. And you can see that the first session, so this is planche A, was more about straddle planche holds, straddle with the light bend. This is to actually improve his shoulder strength, because he still wants to get to the full planche, all right? But we still want to work on the protraction. So the first few sets are straddle holds with a bend. Of course that it started, straddle without a bend. Of course that it started with bed form. It started with weak protraction, as you could have seen in the videos. And we were able to progress with it. You will see it in the next few minutes on the second month. But in these holds, we just made sure that he will get better at shoulder flexion. Same goes with the straddle planche press with the light bend. Again, so it's 2 presses, 1 to 2 presses and a hold. He started with 1 presses. He was able to progress up to 3 presses with the bend, which is again just crazy progress. Doesn't matter even if he didn't achieve the full, but he did. He was able to progress crazy amount in the presses. And these few sets, these 5 sets, are all about improving his shoulder flexion. Then we move on to the planche lean. Now the planche lean, you can see that the comment is just about protraction. He had to make sure that he's leaning enough forward, so it will be hard, but that it will still be with max protraction, okay? So the best way to improve the protraction is to do max protraction. So we had to find the exact amount of lean that it will still be hard for him. He will still have to do shoulder flexion really hard, but it will still be good on his protraction. He will still work on it. So that's basically about the planche lean. And then we finish the session with dumbbell planche presses, which is just another movement of the shoulder flexion. I think that I'm the only coach who is using it, and I'm seeing crazy progress with all of my students just because of the dumbbell planche press. So you might try it as well. That's basically it for the first session. Now the second session was more about straddle combos. So you can see I just gave him 2 to 4 seconds of hold, to a press, to a short hold, with the light bend. He's right now able to do it better combos without a bend at all. But this is what we've started at. And again, you can see that the first few sets are not about protraction, but about improving the shoulder flexion, because bed form, it's okay. It's okay to work with bed form. You just have to make sure that there are also exercises to make the bed form a good form. So that's basically that about the planche press. combos with the light band. And then we move on to momentum straddle planche presses. Again, momentum straddle presses means that it was with a bad form. He jumped into the straddle, sometimes higher than parallel, and then move on to the press. No negative at all, and it was imam, which means that I just want him to do more straddle presses, okay? If he could have done five full straddle presses in 20 minutes, for example, but he can do momentum straddle presses in just 5 minutes because it's 5 sets of imam, it's just 5 minutes, and he was able to do 5 straddle presses. It's tons of volume, and it helps him understand the right movement of the press. And again, even if it's with bad form, it doesn't matter because we want to progress in the shoulder flexion. And then, as you know, we move on to the super advanced stack perfect form, okay? Perfect form means best protraction. So even if he can hold a straddle planche for 3 seconds, I gave him the super advanced stack or even an advanced stack just to make sure that he's able to do the max protraction with a variation that he can actually do it in. So that's how we work on the protraction on month 1 in the coaching basically. And we also have the planche lean, and again focus on protraction. So you have here 2 plus 2 plus 2, so 6 sets specifically for protraction that will not help him at all in the shoulder flexion, but because the straddle planche is good for him, so the super advanced or the advanced stack will be too easy, and the same with the planche lean. But the protraction will get better, and then we can convert it into the straddle and into the full, as you saw in the video. Now the second month is where the progress really came. So first of all, you can see that the straddle holds progressed to 4 sets to 4 to 8 seconds. It was just 3 to 6 seconds. Also the form got better. The structure stayed quite of the same. And then, you know, straddle presses, but with the light band, he was able to do a dead stop before the 1 to 2 presses and with better holds. So basically everything progressed and we did more sets in it, but we still progressed in the planche lean. Protraction, now it's in red. It's even more important to put more emphasis on the protraction, and this is literally how we progressed so fast in it. It was just about putting really big efforts after those 7 sets on 2 sets which will be all about protraction. He dropped from the planche lean not when his shoulders felt tired, not when he was close to failure, but only when his protraction lost. And that's what matters. If you want to work on protraction, you have to be specific on it. So basically the structure stayed the same. He was just able to progress faster and improve even more in the exercise itself. We also added more sets, so he will have more volume towards the full planche. And on planche B, again, it's the straddle light band combos. Actually, just after 2 weeks into this second month, he was able to do it without a band at all. So a 2 seconds hold to a press to a short hold. Again, he was able to do it without a band for 3 sets. Then momentum straddle presses, it's still only 5 sets, but the progress in them was massively. The form improved a ton. He was able to do sometimes 2 presses in 1 imam, and sometimes he was able to do a straddle press without the momentum in the imam itself. So literally crazy progress in the shoulder flexion, which is what required to do the full planche, but of course also crazy progress in the advanced stack and the planche lean at the end of the session. So again, focus on perfect form, focus on protraction. It's all evolving around protraction and perfect form on the easier sets. And that's how after about 2 to 3 weeks in this second month with this program, I just told him, you know what, just go for the full planche, just go for the full press. And he was able to do both of them because we made sure that the ground is stable around the full planche, around the shoulder flexion, around the protraction. And this is literally how we progressed the fastest way. Now, what I want to say to you is that if you want to progress the exact same like Frederick, you can start to use this plan, but it's not specifically to you. I made sure, and for every single student of mine, basically, I made sure that the plan is specifically for him, for his case, because not everyone has a weakest link on protraction. Sometimes it's about shoulder flexion, sometimes it's more about depression, sometimes there is no weakest link and you just have to do as much volume as you can. So that's why if you're truly serious about your calisthenics journey and you want to progress just like Frederick, you can go down to the link in the description, book a call with me one-on-one, and I will see if you can fit into the coaching. That's pretty much it for the video. Hope you learned something from it. Please comment down below what's your current planche level and if this video is good for you because it's between the straddle to the full. And if I was actually able to help you, just subscribe to this channel, like this video and send it to someone who is between the straddle planche and the full planche. Thank you so much. If you're ready for your calisthenics journey to take it to the next level, go to the link in the description and I will see you in the next video.